For all of this administration's promises of a worst-first strategy where they focus on those with criminal histories, as a former director of ICE pointed out 3 months ago, that was always unlikely to last.
Sarah Saldana believes if arrest numbers don't increase as rapidly as the administration hopes, it might abandon the worst-first strategy and begin targeting community locations like day labor sites.
That is really a big concern of mine, because that's not again, a stretch to think that that might happen next. If the numbers are not coming through, let's get the low-hanging fruit.
Right, and you should avoid low-hanging fruit. I tried to do that. If I were to constantly go for low-hanging fruit, I'd say that worst first doesn't describe Trump's immigration policy so much as it describes his children. But again, I've avoided saying that because I have standards, so I won't do it. And the administration now seems desperate to scoop anyone up. Police in places like upstate New York have been stopping Hispanic drivers for minor traffic violations and, if they're undocumented, handing them over to Border Patrol agents. Also, at one point, tens of thousands of people received emails explicitly telling them to please leave the United States immediately. Some of those were sent by mistake to American citizens, while others went to migrants with a legal right to be here. The fact is, what the administration is doing is sometimes targeted, sometimes arbitrary, usually blatantly racist, and always cruel, and sometimes breathtakingly so.
Tonight, the administration is facing criticism from migrant advocates over the removal of 2 American citizen children of an undocumented woman from Honduras, including her 4-year-old son. A migrant rights group says he was sent to Honduras without his medication for stage 4 cancer. How is going after families with young kids targeting the worst of the worst?
First of all, we said we're going to prioritize the worst of worst.
You feel like that's what you're doing?
Absolutely. But when you prioritize something, it doesn't mean you forget about everybody else. I've said from day one, if you're in the country legally, you're not off the table.
OK, first, Tom Homan can truly rot in hell, though I'd expect nothing less from a man who clearly answered the question, what would Shrek look like as a white ogre? And while the government insists that woman chose to have her son deported with her, her lawyers insist that was not, in fact, the case. And either way, between the government putting that kid on a plane without his medication and the cuts to research at the NIH, it seems this administration's actively coming out pro-paediatric cancer. I feel there's a non-zero chance Trump's about to add a fucking brain tumour to his cabinet, and then presumably RFK's either going to eat it or point at it and say it's from Wi-Fi.